Oh, videos like these make me uncomfortable. Good job at failing. I don't deserve the success that I've achieved, and I just fooled everyone and it's gonna go away. Despite how hard you try to be a good person, you will always end up the villain in someone's story. And I'm done with trying to be perfect. It's a whole mess up in here. I can't believe it's the end of the year, you guys. We have so much to talk about, but first, coffee. You better go get a coffee too. Better. There you go. This has been the craziest year of my whole entire life. It's been an incredibly empowering year for me as a woman, and I thought, you know, it's gonna be, we gotta talk about it. We gotta talk about it in a more casual way. Hey, let me get comfortable. With that said though, would it be a Glam Girl Gabby video if we didn't do giveaway? It wouldn't. So there's gonna be 4 giveaways. And that's why this has just randomly ended up here on this table, okay? I'm gonna be giving you guys my unopened PR. I've been saving PR for you guys all year. I've been putting it in a bin. I'm like, I gotta find a way to give this to my subscribers. And if you wanna win it, all you have to do is name the PR that you wanna win in the comment section and give me a suggestion for 2025 videos that you wanna watch, okay? So in this first giveaway, you're gonna win all of these things by the amazing brand Tier, Korean beauty brand. I'm obsessed with them. You're gonna win the ceramic milk ampule. You are gonna win the SOS serum refreshing skin, the pure vitamin C24 serum. You're also going to win the niacinamide 20% serum and the ceramic cream. You're gonna win all of these in this video if you want. So if you want this giveaway, then write Tier in the comment section below and give me a video idea for next year. Now that we got that out of the way, let's get into it. So there's a lot of things I have to do around the house, and I figured I'm gonna bring you guys with me. Oh, videos like these make me uncomfortable. But let's start here first. Let's have our coffee and we're gonna start here first. So I wanna tell you guys a few things that I've learned that have been really eye-opening and life-changing for me this year. One of the books that I read this year is by Kern Lima, and she is the creator of It Cosmetics. She sold her business and left it, but she did create it, and I actually knew her because I was the makeup artist on the shopping channel for It Cosmetics when it just launched. I won't get into the whole nitty-gritty of it, but I worked with Jamie and Paulo when It Cosmetics was nothing. Like they were not known at all. They were super, super tiny. I did their first ever shopping channel segment with them as a makeup artist. And Jamie is incredibly wise. She's a really amazing woman and she's written 2 books. So I started reading the book Worthy. Have any of you guys read that book? Let me know in the comments if you've read it. Some of it doesn't super resonate with me because I'm not like a spiritual person. There's a lot of like spirituality in it, and I'm not a spiritual person. I'm very logical and very science-based, but a lot of what she says actually really does resonate with me. So one of the things that she talks about is how your achievements, the things you achieve, will only be a result of what you feel like you are worthy of achieving. You will only strive to the potential of your own self-worth. And if you don't feel like you have enough self-worth to achieve something, you won't have the drive and the confidence to get it. And that's been something that I have worked on a lot this year, is just feeling self-worth. I feel like a lot of people who are high achievers, they tend to be very hard on themselves. And I think that's why you constantly strive and achieve for more and more and more and more. But you always kind of feel like this imposter in that achievement. Like you are just fooling everyone and no one knows how you really, no one knows that you don't really deserve it or that you don't really know what you're doing. And you always kind of have this fear that people will eventually figure it out or figure you out. It's imposter syndrome, right? And it's something that a lot of people, especially high achieving people, they have and they struggle with. And I think this feeling of self-doubt is also intermingled with a feeling of a loss or lack, maybe not loss, but a lack of self-worth. Like, I don't deserve the success that I've achieved and I just fooled everyone and it's gonna go away. And that's something that I struggle with a lot, and it's also closely paired with anxiety. And I struggle also a lot with anxiety and just feeling so much pressure to do better or to be better or to achieve higher. It's a whole mess. It's a whole mess up in here. So anyway, as soon as I started reading that book, I really started thinking about that, right? Your success is a result of your self-worth. You will only be as great as your self-worth lets you be. So working on self-worth is something that I've definitely been working on and something that I am instilling in the boys, From that book, I got this idea of saying, let me tell you about you. And I write them these little notes and I'll put them in their lunch bag and they think it's cringy, but one day they won't think it's cringy because I want them to know that I always saw them for what they are. So in these notes, I'll say, Kai, let me tell you about you. You are driven and you are capable. You are smart and you are ambitious. And I'm basically telling him things that I see in him that I want him to internalize and see in himself and for it to become a part of his own identity. Because if he identifies as someone who's ambitious and that's a part of his self-worth, then he's going to do things that ambitious people do, which is strive for happiness, strive for greater good of mankind, strive for more. Right? If I tell him you are intelligent when he struggles in an exam, it doesn't affect his self-worth because his self-worth already knows he's intelligent. This was a situation where he may not have performed well, but the underlying base of who he is intelligent. Instead of him thinking, I didn't do well on this test, so I'm stupid. And every time a test comes, he thinks, well, I'm not going to do well because I'm stupid. Right? If you internalize that you're not smart, when you are tasked with things like tests, you will go back to that, but I'm not smart. Instead of having the self-worth to know I am smart, so I'm going to do well. And when you tell yourself you're going to do well, you will study more, you will practice more, you will challenge yourself more. So that whole concept of self-worth has been a huge, huge concept for me. And it's kind of changed the way I interact with my kids and also changed the way that I interact with myself. When I start saying things to myself like you're not going to be able to do it, or this is way in over your head, or you're not good with finances, or you're creative but you're not good at business, then I am lowering my self-worth and then I'm creating the action that I believe in. So I'm not good at business, but I'm creative. So my videos are going to be super creative and great, but I'm going to fail financially at the business side of what I do. Instead of saying, I'm good at business and I'm a great learner and I'm quick on my feet and I can adjust to change. If I tell myself that when I have a financial struggle or something is not working for me, I can pivot because my self-worth is defined as someone who is a problem solver. I hope that makes sense. I'm sure you didn't sign up for this video, did you? Now, with that said, I have to go clean up Pom-Pom's enclosure. So come with me and we'll keep talking. Okay, I have so many more things that I want to share with you and so many more giveaways to give. Let's go. So we're cleaning her litter box today together. Before we clean out her litter box, do you want to know what the second giveaway is? Hold on. Okay, the second giveaway is the Haru Haru Wonder Centella Phyto and 5 Peptide Concentrate Cream. I'm also giving you the Haru Haru Wonder Centella 4% TXA Dark Spot Go Away Serum. I'm also giving you a perfumed hair oil, and I am giving you the Adore Thermal Protect Spray, which is my favorite thermal spray. So if you want to win this one, comment Haru Haru Wonder in the comment section below and give me a video idea for next year. Let's put these over here. I feel like I'm entering a new era of my life where I feel so much more confident than I ever have before. This has been the year of letting go of friendships that feel toxic or negative. Okay, this is the year of letting go of that. And I know that seems really broad and like everyone says that, you know, that's something that like everyone says, but there's a lot more to it than that when it comes to me and friendships. And this is why. Okay, hold on, let me explain. So this is how I see things in life, okay? I have a psychology degree. It's an undergraduate degree. It's not that fancy or exciting. I didn't get a master's or anything. It's just an undergraduate degree, but it is in psychology. And that undergraduate degree was incredibly valuable for me because it helps me, like, everything in my framework of how I think about things goes back to this undergraduate degree. Okay, this undergraduate degree paid for itself in life skills, let me tell you. So I truly believe that everyone in their own mind is good. You know, everyone feels like they are a good person and they are responding to stimuli or things in their environment based on a couple of things. They're responding based on their own perception of the situation, right? So the way they see it from their eyes, and the way that they see it from their eyes is attributed to their genetic makeup, so how they are actually wired genetically, but it's also paired with situation, okay? And the situation can be very complex. It can come from childhood experiences that have kind of laid the foundation of how you respond to things in your environment, whether you've had trauma or whether you've had support, whether you have built up self-worth or not, whether you have inherent insecurities that you then become defensive about, even if it's not necessarily conscious. So we have your childhood experiences kind of creating a sprinkle of how you are going to respond. And then you have your current experiences or experience that you've had in adult life that also create your response mechanisms. And then you have the information that you're receiving. So say you see a situation in a certain light because you know certain information, but you don't know other information or whatever, right? And all of this together creates this storm on how you're going to respond to something. So because I see life like that, by the way, if you didn't know, rabbits eat hay in their litter box. So that's why I'm filling her litter box with hay. But they pack this thing so damn tight, I like literally don't get it. So the reason I'm telling you all of this is because before, when people would do something that really hurt my feelings or was hurtful towards me, I would always like step back and think like, okay, what did I do that would perceive them to be frustrated at me or mad at me? And like, how can I change that perception? So what did I do, you know, whether it was intentional or not, and most of the time it's not intentional, that created this angsty response towards me, and how can I turn it around so that they don't feel bad? So I oftentimes have a lot of empathy for people that are like hurtful to me. And it becomes kind of a bit of a spiral because I understand why they're mad at me. So then I try to fix it, but then sometimes they don't like that. So then they're like more mean. And then I feel really bad. And then I feel bad by the way that they see it. And it becomes this like storm of feeling bad for someone that's being really mean to me and trying to fix it. Now, I'm not saying that I'm a perfect person. I am definitely not a perfect person. I have my own traumas and my own insecurities and my own like negative response mechanisms, but I really do try to be very self-aware and knowing that when I'm responding a certain way, it's because of this or that, or I'll try to stop it. Like I try to have mindfulness. So when I'm feeling, for example, jealous, if I feel jealousy and the jealousy is leading to resentment, I'm aware that what I'm feeling is jealousy because I look up to that person and I wish that I was more like them and I'm not. And I'll try very hard to be mindful enough to then not project negativity towards that person because of my own insecurity. Do you know what I'm saying? So I try really hard to do that. And that's come from a place of reading a lot, studying a lot, and going to a lot of therapy. Anyway, the whole point of telling you this super drawn out story is to basically say that because I always think like this, I often let people mistreat me for much longer than I should let them mistreat me. Or I'll try to over explain myself so that they don't feel like negative towards me. And I'm trying to like unlock the reasons why having someone mad at me makes me so uncomfortable, because it's okay to not be loved by everyone, and it's okay to let people like that go. And so some of the underlying things that I've really learned this year that have been very empowering is that I can't control the way you feel. Your feelings are your own feelings, and your awareness of your feelings or mindfulness towards them, that's on you. And that's not something that I can control. And I've really tried to like let go of needing to control that. And another thing that I've really been aware of is that at some point in your life, despite how hard you try to be a good person, you will always end up the villain in someone's story. And again, that's because of their history, their triggers, their insecurities, their lack of self-awareness or mindfulness, and their projection, or even just the situation itself. Like maybe you did something that wasn't super nice, whether it was with a lack of awareness or not, and that person really took it or it really triggered them, and now they're making you the villain in their story. And at some point in your life, you're going to be the villain in someone's story, and you have to let that go. And so it's been an empowering year for me, for sure, because I've let go of some friendships where I felt like there was a lot of toxicity and a lot of I was trying so hard to make this person like see me a certain way, or to see that I was a good person, when that person just didn't see that or want to see that or want to be friends with me, or just didn't have a compatible personality with me. And so it's been empowering in the sense that like I've let that go. You know, I can't have people in my life anymore that make me feel bad, especially when I'm trying actively to see their perspective or to make them feel good. I'm just not allowing people anymore to bring toxicity into my life, because life is so short to have to like constantly over explain. You know, life is so short to prove to someone that you're kind if they don't see it or they don't want to see it. And letting go of that and letting go of my need to make everyone happy all the time has been incredibly empowering, and probably the biggest thing for me this year, for sure. Listen, I vacuum my bunny's fur every other day, and look at how much fur there is. If you've ever wanted a bunny, think carefully. Do you guys want to see Pom Pom? She's totally sleeping under the bed. This is the time she sleeps under the bed. Let's go find her. Oh my gosh, I found her, but she's not gonna be happy about me getting, oh. Here she is, you guys. It's my special girl. Oh my goodness. Guys, isn't she the cutest thing you've ever seen in your whole entire life? Like, can you even handle this face? Look at her. My luggage is still out because I just got back from Dancing with the Stars Austin, where Lisa J Makeup was dancing. We went with all of the creators. It was so amazing. So I have to put all of this stuff away. It's such a mess in here. So what I'm of the highlights of this year for me for sure was meeting so many of my incredible creator friends and kind of forming this community of people that really understand. It's funny because as creators, I always say this, I think everyone thinks that we're these extroverted people because we act extroverted on camera because we have to project a certain image, right? But in reality, most of us are really introverted because you are alone all day, every day. You're either editing, you're scripting, you're planning, you're filming, you know, and you are alone. It's a very isolating career. And we have you guys that watch the channel and it literally means everything. But most of the time we are completely alone. And it's a struggle at times because when things aren't working out and you don't know why, it's hard to not have anyone to talk about it with, you know? Like when I was working on set, when I was working in the salon, when I had my own salon, when I had the bridal business, we had people who we could troubleshoot with. So if something wasn't working out with a look or whatever, or a style, oh, Pom-Pom, don't eat the tripod, come on. I could ask them and we could troubleshoot it. But when you are on YouTube, there really isn't anyone to talk to. So when we rented that house in Austin in the spring, it was Lisa J Makeup, Marlene Estelle, Nikki LaRose, Penn Smith Skincare, Justin Hickox and Deanna Hickox, and Angie Hot and Flashy and Allie Glines, right? Having that connection and that group of creators to talk to has been unbelievably amazing. It has really changed the course of this game for me. It has been so inspiring and uplifting and also comforting to have this group of people that you can talk to who get it, who get this world, who get the haters, who get the mean comments, who get the trolls. They can screenshot troll shots and send them to each other and laugh about it or cry, secretly cry, you know, and it's been really nice having that. So that is definitely the thing that I have appreciated the most about this year. For sure. Are you guys ready for another giveaway? Are you ready? I'm gonna get you guys another giveaway. So in this giveaway, you are gonna get two things from Savory. The smells phenomenal, I gotta tell you. Okay, you're gonna get the daily serum and you're gonna get the smooth hyaluronic acid. So if you want this one, comment Savory in the comment section and give me a video idea for next year. I'm gonna go take my suitcase downstairs. You guys wanna see where I film? Come see where I film and I'm gonna tell you some goals for next year, okay? Come on, and we have another giveaway. Oh, you're a hungry girl. Come here. So here is my studio. There is my camera. This is actually a room under my garage, if you can believe it. But I have a sink here because when I have models in, sometimes I wash their hair. My hairdressing chair, just in case I have to cut. And then we have our light, we have our microphone, a reflector. And there's my set, you guys. And this is up here because every so often I hang up a backdrop. So kind of demystifies everything, doesn't it? Takes the mystery away from everything. Well, since we're down here anyways, we might as well wrap it up in studio for your last giveaway before you have to listen to me some more. So you are going to get the Prebiotic Lipid Nourishing Moisturizer by the brand TRNR Skin. You're also going to be getting the Niacinamide 5% Restorative Serum. And this is by the brand Florasis. This is the most beautiful brand I've ever seen in my life. This is the Eastern Beast Sculpting Makeup Palette. Can you even with this palette? I can't. It's gorgeous. So if you want to win this giveaway, in the comments, write in TRNR Skin and then give me a video idea if you haven't heard that yet. Oh, I feel so much more comfortable in this set. I really do. But I am a little shiny. So the last and probably the biggest lesson that I have learned this year is that success doesn't come from doing things perfectly at all. Success comes from being willing to fail. Success comes from failing gracefully. When I was building this channel, it took me forever to get it going. I don't know anything about cameras. I still don't. I don't know anything about storytelling. Still don't, or script writing or anything. I was a makeup artist that worked behind the scenes for 18, well, actually it's been 19 years now. And I think the reason that my channel became successful isn't because I'm the best makeup artist in the world, and it's not because I'm an amazing digital storyteller or because I have this amazing set. It also took a very long time to build this, and I hired someone from a camera store to help me set it up. Not even lying. He came over and he helped me set it up. But I think the biggest reason why this channel has been successful this year is because I'm willing to fail, but then I learn from the failure. So I'm okay putting myself out there and knowing that I don't know everything and making mistakes, but then critically looking at the mistakes and changing what isn't working and pivoting and moving forward and getting better. And I think a lot of times when people struggle with success, it's because they're not confident enough to fail, because failure really is actually a very positive thing. And this is something that I say to my kids all the time. My oldest son in particular gets really bogged down by not succeeding at the beginning. And I always tell him, you know, if you can't play that piece of music on the piano, and if you're really struggling, it's because it's challenging enough to make you grow. And if you could play that piece that your piano teacher gives you on the first try, then the piece isn't hard enough for you. If you got the spelling test perfectly at school, then the words were too easy. If you don't fail, it's because you're not taking yourself out of your comfort zone, or because you're doing things that are too easy. And so we've started something in our home where instead of celebrating success, which is what I used to do, we used to go around the dinner table and I would say, "What did you do well today?" And my little guy would be like, "I was really good at waiting my turn." And now I've changed the narrative and I ask them, "What did you fail at today?" And I actually got that from Sarah Blakely, who created Spanx. I watched her masterclass on the Masterclass app. Instead of asking what you succeeded at, you want to ask what you failed at. So I ask the boys now, like, what were you bad at today? And Ollie will say, "Mom, I did so bad in my spelling test. I only got 2 out of 10. And I'll say, "Did you learn those 8 words that you got wrong when you failed them?" And he'll say, "Yeah, I know how to spell them now." And then I'll high five him and I'll say, "Good job at failing." And I'll do the same with Kai, you know, "What did you fail at today?" "I didn't do as well in my piano lesson as I really wanted to." And I'll say, "Why do you think that was?" And he said, "Well, I just didn't prioritize practicing. I prioritized video games instead." And I said, "Okay, so we learned something from that. We learned that when we don't put time into things, we don't succeed at our lessons and we let our teachers down or our mentors down. So what can we do next week that's going to make it better?" And he'll say, "Well, next week I'm going to practice for at least 10 minutes every single day and I'm going to put an alarm on so I don't forget." And I'm like, "Great, good job at failing," you know? And so I'm trying to take failure and changing and pivoting it into something that feels positive instead of negative, because failing is just a result of challenges or putting yourself in situations that are harder than you're comfortable with initially. And so the reason I'm telling you all of this is because I am struggling myself with this channel to get to a place where I take it to the next level. So this is what my goal is for this year. My goal is to be more authentic with you guys. I feel like because I'm such a perfectionist and I'm such a people pleaser and I just want everything to be perfect, my videos can come off so structured that they lose authenticity. And that's why I filmed this video this way. You know, I had to clean my bunny's litter box and I wanted to hang out with you at the same time. And Gabby from a year ago would have been like, "Absolutely not. The lighting's not perfect. The studio's not perfect. My room's messy. There's luggage on the floor. Like, I need to clean the counters. I need to make my house look perfect so that when I film, I come off as like perfect." And I'm done with trying to be perfect, because I tell my kids every day, you don't have to be perfect. You just have to be you. You are enough. Let me tell you about you. You are enough. And you, as a viewer, you are enough. You're enough. You're always enough. And I'm trying to model that for myself. I'm just trying to be enough. You know, so I'm still gonna do my highly curated content where I research a topic for 3 days before I film the video. I'm still gonna do all of that, but I also wanna show up a little more organically, a little less perfect, a little more authentically. And hopefully that will build a great relationship between us, because at the end of the day, that's what I really want. I want us to grow a deeper relationship this year. That's my 2025 goal. I really want to cultivate a culture here on this channel where you can show up and you can learn something new and you can hang out and you can have a friend to talk to, whether that's me in the comments or another person in the comments. And I want it to feel like a family and like a place where you can show up makeup free, with pimples, with wrinkles, with eye bags, and you don't have to be perfect. It's a beauty space. It's a glam girl space. It's a space to feel great, but it's also a space to embrace imperfections and to be you. That's what I want for this channel for this coming year. And I hope that you guys are along for that ride. Now in the comment section, if you tell me one thing that you have failed at this year, that you have beautifully and magically failed at, then I will put your name in to win the prizes as well. So you'll get a ballot in every single prize draw. I hope you have the best holiday season ever. This video's over.